right, we're back on Campaign de Cuellar after a little bit of a hiatus due to the holidays, even though technically it's still the holidays.
It is. And in case y'all see anything moving, it's Comet. Hi, Comet.
Yeah, I don't know why Comet's back there. So we've been busy. I mean, it's been a busy year for me.
Just a little. Why don't you recap on your year?
Last year of law school, in early March, I started looking into running for Congress. And I've been working on that since then.
You launched in July.
Launched in July, but I was working on it before then.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot that goes into it. Trying to make sure that you can build a team, building your network, stuff like that.
And you've been working on it consistently since March.
Yes.
Never have you thought of dropping out?
No.
No.
I heard some rumors about that. I don't quit stuff.
No.
I mean, law school, the congressional campaign. The 3 half marathons I did this year. I did one on December 7th, which I did not want to do, but I did, and it was very painful. There was a lot of cramping. It was scary because I wasn't sure I was going to be able to move anymore, but it got done. I saw one of my signs along the way. That was pretty cool.
That's nice. Did you take a selfie?
I tried. I looked pretty horrible, so I did get pictures of just the sign, so maybe we can put that here on the pod.
That's cool.
So, and then Christmas Day I worked. Did a 24-hour shift. Haven't done a 24 that often. I know I did at least one during the campaign. I don't like to do them, but I did it.
But why did you do it? As a single mom, why did you work Christmas Day?
Because there was a need to fill the shift. And I also need to pay my bills.
Correct. Yeah, life continues.
Right.
And you still
bills
have to
continue.
Mm-hmm.
The campaign's expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So initially it felt pretty good. But then as the 24-hour shift wore on, that was very busy, I questioned my decision.
And Layla spent Christmas in the ER too. And
right. Because there's a call room there. So she basically hung out back there. And I'd check in. I'd go to the bathroom. But we didn't really spend time together between like 10 a.m. to 3:20 a.m. And I again regretted my decision. I regretted my decision actually for 3 days. It took that long to recover.
Yeah. I know you started the campaign in March, not a full year yet, but what is one thing that has really stood out to you? What have you learned?
I think I learned that there are a lot of problems I wasn't aware of, a lot of potential solutions that people have presented to me. I know that when I was at Museo 956 and we were talking about all the issues, I actually felt a weight on me. Like, oh, this is a lot. There's a lot we're going to have to do. But that's what I've been trained to do. That's the kind of person I am. Like, I'm totally fine with having the weight and trying to figure it all out and do the best I can. And I am not afraid to do the hard and painful things because I've done it. I've been trained to do it. I don't know if every single residency training program sets you up in this way, but I know that my training at Temple University Hospital in Philadelphia, very stressful trauma situations, very high acuity. Everything else seems relatively easy. So one thing that I've learned in the ER is that a lot of people have been struggling economically. Because even though it's medicine, people talk about their entire lives and how other things that happen in their lives impact what's going on with their health. So, someone's car being broken down can impact their ability to see their doctor and to get their refills. And then that could impact their overall health. Mm-hmm. And that's why they end up in the ER. It starts with the broken down car. Mm-hmm. So I think what's interesting is that I very much understood the struggles that people have, but now that I'm talking to people more and more during the campaign, I'm seeing how severe it is. I mean, I knew it was severe before, but I'm seeing like more about the severity that I wasn't fully aware of. And so they've been talking about the K-shaped economy recently. I don't know who coined the term, but it has to do with the fact that technically our economy is doing well, it's growing, but if you really break things down, it's only really doing well for like the top 10%. Mm-hmm. So the top 10% who can own a lot of stocks, who own homes and are building a lot of equity, yeah, they're doing great and they're spending. I believe about 50% of the spending is being done by those 10%. And then the people at the bottom that don't have a bunch of stocks and don't have a bunch of home equity, they're struggling.
Right. Small businesses.
Yeah, small businesses also have issues with tariffs, and especially here, problems with labor, with immigration situations that are going on. But I think it's interesting because we have Republicans, Trump, Monica La Cruz gaslighting us that everything's going great. Well, yeah, it's going great if you're at the top and you have a bunch of stocks, you have a bunch of home equity.
Right.
But the people at the bottom, they have higher prices. They don't have a bunch of stocks they can just pull money from. Home equity they can pull money from. And apparently the wages at the bottom right now are not really growing that much. They were apparently growing a lot during the Biden years, but now not so much. And so wages are not really keeping up with inflation
Right.
and these prices that we're seeing, that a lot of times are related to the Trump policies. Well, obviously, the healthcare issue has its own separate problem. Healthcare is becoming more unaffordable. The premiums are going to go higher. But at the same time, if you're not having a lot of money in your budget because everything's so expensive, groceries, electricity, then that impacts your ability to afford your healthcare as well.
Have you guys, as ER physicians, started to talk about how the ER will be affected with these upcoming cuts?
So, yeah, I think we're going to see more uninsured people in the ER. People who have illnesses that are further along than they should have been. People who need surgeries and hospitalizations that they wouldn't have needed if they would have been able to seek care earlier. I mean, the ER really sees a lot, and that's why I think we need ER docs in Congress making policy, because we don't just know about the ER. We know about the whole system.
Right.
And it's not just the system in medicine, it's also the system of people's lives. Like I talked about with how a broken down car can affect a person to the point where they end up in the ER. So I've been in emergency medicine since 2006. That's when I started my ER training in Philadelphia. And as an ER doc, I see what's broken and I know how to fix it. And it's not just, like I said, at the level of the ER, it's the whole medical system and it's the socioeconomic things as well.
2006, so we're coming on 20 years.
Of emergency medicine, yeah.
That's nice. Congrats.
I don't know. It feels like a lot. Especially practicing in the Rio Grande Valley. These patients are sick, like we've talked about before. It's not really like Austin or Philadelphia. I mean, we don't see the gunshot wounds that we see in Philadelphia, but it's a whole nother level. It's textbook down here.
Yep.
And sometimes things that are not in the textbook. So the question is, how do we fix the economy for the people who are not the top 10%? And I think one of the things we need is a living wage. Wages are very low. Someone that I spoke to recently told me, well, the wages aren't that low in the Rio Grande Valley. So I looked, and that wasn't true. I definitely saw job listings for close to $7.25 an hour, $9 an hour, $10 an hour. That's really not enough.
Right.
To start to invest in stocks, to afford a home probably. So that's one thing that needs to be done. I actually agree with lowering interest rates a little bit. I think that that's one of the reasons that people can't afford to buy a home. Because I know people for many years who've been holding off because of the interest rates. And they kept rising. And what do you do then?
And I think in this district, they have the advantage of most of the time, families here are very tight knit.
Yeah.
So they'll stay with their family in their home.
Yeah.
But people want their own space.
Yeah.
You know,
just like Comet wants his own space. He's trying to get out.
I'm letting him out. He wants to stay.
Yeah. And a lot of the tariffs also need to be smarter. I totally understand that some tariffs are necessary, but some of the tariffs really have done nothing but create pain for businesses and for people who have higher costs for groceries and other things. And then electricity, like we talked about, that's higher as far as the prices. And that has a lot of different factors that are involved. Copper tariffs can be one factor, but also the fact that now we have an administration that doesn't want to promote renewable energy.
Right.
Like we should be promoting all types of energy, but we should also consider the environment and balance the needs of the people with the needs of the environment. So for me, it always comes back to a living wage. because that's really answer to people affording more.
Right, because if it's okay, let's say they're getting paid $7.25 an hour.
Yeah.
A loaf of bread, milk, and eggs, about 7, maybe.
Well, and orange juice is really expensive now. I was seeing a bottle for $7.
So an hour's work is going to pay for an orange juice.
An orange juice. Yeah, I don't
Doesn't
know what's
make
going on with the
sense.
oranges. I need to
I
look
don't
into that.
Yeah. We could ask our farmers.
Yeah. I think that's what it goes back to, because prices really are not going to drop a lot. I mean, that's economics 101. Once the prices go up and they're getting paid, there's not really an incentive for a business to bring down the prices significantly.
Right. And I know a lot of people in the district have asked you, how will you help us with the economy? And your solution is the living wage.
Well, that's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Also the tariffs,
Mm-hmm.
to be a lot smarter, more precise. And this district in particular needs a more diverse economy. There's not a lot of options beyond healthcare, beyond education, beyond law enforcement. And I was looking up jobs on Craigslist to do my research. And there just aren't a lot. Like, most of them were truck driving. There's a lot of truck driving ads. And then there were some like for dishwashing, cooking. Like, there are not a lot of options.
Right. And the truck driving, it just takes a person away from their home. I come from a family of truck drivers. And
Yeah. I mean, it's a well-paid job. And I think it's,
Mm-hmm.
a good job for people to get out of poverty.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a very unhealthy job.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just being away from your family. It's being on the road constantly. That stress of being on the road. Trying to eat healthy is almost
Sitting.
impossible.
Oh, yeah. Sitting for hours on end.
Yeah. So we've got a lot going on.
Yeah, your January is almost full. Your January calendar.
Is it almost full?
We're almost there.
Okay, I don't want to challenge you.
We're
You're gonna fill it up more.
we have sometimes we have two events in one day or 3,
Yeah.
but we're over half. Want to get Dr. Cuellar out to the community. We're listening to you guys. A lot of you have mentioned we want to meet her, and so you will be able to see the calendar on her social media pages. And maybe y'all can go out and meet her and ask her questions and let us know what's actually affecting you. We want to hear from the people in the district, because you'll be up in the whole district. We'll be up in the northern part.
That's
as well.
what you told me. Yeah.
Yeah.
She tells me where to go.
Yes, that's my job. So, yeah.
All right. So hopefully we can see people out there. Follow our Facebook, our Instagram. Our website may also have the calendar at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But I think right now the place to go is Facebook, Instagram, to really get up-to-date information on the campaign. This is crunch time, so now we're really going to hit it hard.
Mm-hmm.
Law school's over.
Right. And feel free to reach out to us.
Yeah, and don't forget to go to Dr. Cuellar for Congress and donate.
Bye.
Until next time.